Here is your friendly reminder that if you are soft, si son pitos flojos, les tarda el fundillo, you guys get offended very easily, you guys bitch, moan, and groan about everything on the internet, this video is definitely not for you. You will cry. Anyways, on to the next thing. Just because somebody is Hispanic, Mexican, Latino, Salvadorian, Cuban, Dominican, Indian, Asian, Korean, the list goes on. Just because somebody has another ethnicity other than American does not automatically make their parents illegal immigrants. I'm sorry, not all of our parents swam here. Not all of our parents came on their knees here. Not all of our parents had to hop borders to get here. Hay niveles, okay? There's some people who actually abide by the law. There's some people who actually follow the law. And I'm sorry that your parents didn't get to do that and now that you live in fear. But just because I am more privileged than you shouldn't sit here and attack me because guess what? I do have a cara de nopal. And guess what? My birthright citizenship isn't going to get stripped away because my dad was a green card holder way before he even had me. And to go ahead and close my statement, remember that bumblebees don't go wasting their time telling flies that honey tastes better than shit. Hay niveles, have the day you deserve.
I did it. I sure did. I voted for Trump. And I'm Latina, half Mexican, half Guatemalan. And no, that does not mean that I hate Mexicans, Guatemalans, Latinos, Hispanics. That does not mean I hate immigrants, illegal immigrants. What that means is that I'm for a president that is pro-America, that is for making this place better.
For all Hispanics, Latinos, and Mexicans that voted for Donald J. Trump, this message is for you. I'm so proud and honored that we made our voices heard, that no matter how many insults the Democratic Party threw at us, or how many Hollywood stars they threw at us, or how many fake promises they threw at us, the Hispanic, Latinos, and Mexicans voted for life, defending the unborn, voted for Christian principles. We never denied God like Judas. We stood by him. We voted with a Christian conscience and said yes to life, yes to Christian principles, yes to children of God and their innocence. And blessed are the peacemakers, that we voted for peace and not war. So for now on, we will live with that God saw our vote. God bless the United States of America and everyone that voted for Trump.
Alright, so after hearing those Latino folks proudly say they voted for Trump, it's important to break down what's really going on here. These voters thought Trump had their backs, that somehow getting closer to whiteness would mean protection or acceptance, right? But here's the harsh truth. Proximity to whiteness is not the same as being white. No matter how much some try to fit in or back policies that favor whiteness, the reality is they won't be fully accepted. The system isn't built for them to belong. It's built to keep them on the outside looking in. This isn't just theory. It's something Black Americans who have faced discrimination firsthand know all too well. Supporting policies that harm their own communities just because they promise inclusion is a very dangerous gamble. Now, the next few clips show some honest reaction from both Latino and Black Americans calling out this reality. Let's get into it, but before we go to the video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if it's your first time to this channel. Let's go into the video.
Okay, this is for my Latinos for Trump. I have some tips and tricks for you guys. During these unprecedented times, I know it's hard to see who stands with the right side of history and who's actually correct and reading all the facts. So this is for all my Latinos for Trump. Let me give you some tips and tricks how to stand out from the rest of the crowd, from the other Latinos. So the first thing you're going to do is go to Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, whatever. You're going to go to one of those stores. You're going to buy a couple things. You're going to buy white paint. You can buy white foundation or white paint. Just the whiter, the better. White is right. Then you're going to buy red paint, red lipstick or red paint, whatever it is. Next, you're going to go home and then put the white paint all over your face, all over your brown skin. Put it all over your face. We don't want to see that ugly, disgusting brown skin anymore. So cover it with white paint. Next, you're going to grab the red lipstick or the red paint and put it all over your face like this. Like a big oval around your lips. So do that. You're gonna put red all over your nose to your big nopal nose. And then you're gonna go out into the world like the clown you are. That's how we can differentiate you. Because there's too many Latinos that are for trompas that look like they're smart, but in reality, they're a bunch of clowns. So we need to start differentiating the Latino clowns versus the Latinos with a brain that actually know what is going on in the world. We need to differentiate you guys. So Latinos for Trump, go on and paint your clown face, and regular Latinos just be regular. Pero los Latinos para trompas, por favor, píntese la cara de payaso porque esos son lo que eres. You guys are fucking clowns. So go to the store and paint your clown face, dumb bitch.
Latinos for Trump. The biggest joke in history. When will Latinas figure it out that white proximity is not white when it comes to white supremacy? And you will not benefit the same the way white people do. You will not get those benefits the same at all. You won't even get close to it. They tricked you. Joke's on you. So I used to live in Fort Lauderdale, 954, Broward County, and I used to go visit Miami a lot when my aunt lived out there, and they were so fucking racist. I had so many Cuban friends, Puerto Rican friends, Guatemalan friends, Peruvian friends. I had a lot of different Hispanic friends. But when I see them Cubans, baby, the worst. So yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Alright, let's talk about that Latina telling them to go buy white paints and lead lipstick. That's straight up savage. She's basically saying if you wanna try and fit in with whiteness, at least own it. But come on, thinking you can just change your clothes and makeup to blend in? Nah, that just makes you look like clowns trying too hard to be something they are not. And then that black sister drops a truth bomb that hits deep. Proximity to whiteness doesn't make you white. No matter how close you get, the system isn't gonna treat you like one of them. It's cold, it's real, and it's something many don't wanna admit. This right here shows how dangerous it is to back a system that is designed to exclude you, hoping it will suddenly accept you. But the rate is, it won't. Let's continue.
So whatever this thing is said to me, let's make up and pick up a history book. This Trump MAGA loving Latina that's always like, Papi Trump, Daddy Trump, and says some of the lowest IQ things I've ever heard said to me to pick up a history book. This was after she said that protests don't do anything and that he's still our president. When in fact, if her and her little cult actually picked up a history book, they would see the difference that protests make. They would see the difference of when there is resistance. And let's not talk about looks. Let's not go there. And may I recommend to you also maybe less ashy eyebrows and less of a coral lip with mauve eyeshadow? The lack of critical thinking skills is crazy.
People who say that they regret voting for Trump are the same people who fail open book tests. Because the answers were right there in front of you. All you had to do was just Google and read. Everything that Trump has done thus far has been laid out in Project 2025, and that playbook or whatever was released months before Election Day. So you're regretting your vote because his policies are starting to impact you personally, which means you are a selfish person because you didn't care once about the people around you, you just cared about yourself. So yeah, apology not accepted. However, I do hope that you continue to educate yourself before the next election. It's never too late to start educating yourself at all. So let this be a lesson and I don't know, try to do better come next year.
So after hearing all that, it's clear why some Latino Trump voters are feeling the stingy now. They thought supporting Trump would get them closer to the American dream, the idea that backing whiteness means protection, acceptance, maybe even power. But reality doesn't care about feeling or hopes. The system isn't built to welcome everyone equally, right? It's built to maintain power for a select few, and anyone outside that cycle gets left behind. all pushed out. The truth is harshy. No matter how much some try to fit in, how loud they cheer for policies that don't benefit their communities, the gates don't open wide for them. And the far out, deportation, broken families, lost jobs, and crushed hopes. What's even more frustrating is that many of these warnings were out there all along. Open book test they choose to ignore. Now they're paying the price, caught between their expectations and the system that never planned to include them. This isn't just about politics, it's about survival and identity. The sooner people wake up on this reality, the better they can protect their communities from being played again. So yeah, I feel no sympathy for those who got caught up in the hype and didn't do their homework. Action have consequences, and this is what happens when you back hate and exclusion, thinking it will somehow work in your favor. That's it for today. If this video hit the mark, smash the like button, subscribe and share. More real talk coming soon. Stay woke. Thanks for watching to this minute. Love you so much. Wish you love and peace. Catch you to the next one. Bye bye.